It began with a wave of populist anger and frustration aimed squarely at Washington. The Tea Party movement exploded onto the American political scene in April last year, with coordinated protests in hundreds of cities across the country. Its supporters say the US government is spending too much money and the country is becoming too progressive under Barack Obama. The Tea Party movement has the backing of a number of powerful conservative figures, like the former governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin.
Obama called for an engagement.
The right-wing Fox News network and its star presenter, Glenn Beck, are also big supporters. At first, it was dismissed as a fringe group of angry right-wing extremists. But over the last few months, the Tea Party has gained momentum and emerged as a genuine political force, affecting the outcome of a series of local elections. Most recently, they endorsed Republican Scott Brown in the Massachusetts Senate election, helping propel him to an unlikely victory in a traditionally Liberal state.
Tea Party groups insist they're a grassroots political movement for the people, by the people. So you can imagine our surprise when we arrived here, the venue for their first ever convention, a lavish, extravagant resort which seems to appeal to a very elite clientele.
The convention at the Gaylord Opryland Resort was promoted as a way to unify dozens of Tea Party groups and establish alliances within the disparate movement. But when the organisers, a for-profit organisation called Tea Party Nation, announced tickets to the three-day event would cost $550, there was a huge backlash. Major sponsors and keynote speakers withdrew, and several Tea Party groups distanced themselves from the convention. Tammy and Robert Kilmarks resigned from Tea Party Nation in disgust.
We're about influencing elections, but the money thing has got to stop, especially when there's no transparency. Money was changing hands with us, and we never knew where it went. There was no open book policy, nothing like that.
The tensions and in-house fighting surrounding the convention have highlighted divisions within the Tea Party movement. While the various groups share common goals and fears, they have no single leader and have yet to come up with a unified agenda or political plan. And although they support conservative reform, neither the Democrats nor the Republicans can rely on their vote.
An independent could rise up, and whether he's a Tea Party candidate or running as an independent, people are voting issues now, and they're voting on the merits of the candidate.
The Tea Party movement will almost certainly have an impact on the congressional elections in November, and that makes it impossible to ignore. Cath Turner, Al Jazeera, Nashville, Tennessee.